Welcome, folks, to a little Dragon Dogma 2, where I try to explain my position on the Dragon's Plague. Now, a lot of people are scared of this
The
Dragon's Plague.
elves associate little with the world outside their
Shut up,
wood.
Frank.
Perhaps therein lies the origin of their noble nature.
All
It
right.
is clear they abhor conflict above all else. I
So-
should not like to see the serenity of their haven disturbed.
All right, guys, shut up. So for a long time, I was scared. Listen, you can see he's holding his head right there. So Frank's got the Dragon's Plague. And for a long time, I was scared of the Dragon's Plague. You know, scared to death of what I heard about it from everybody else. And I decided, well, you know what? You can't run from it because it's part of the game. So what I did was, is I actually took my pawn. Actually, we started down here at the checkpoint rest town. I grabbed a pawn. Cass over here. Cass over there. To the left, you can see her. And I made sure that she was infected. Matter of fact, I picked her on purpose because I could see that her eyes were glowing red. So I picked her up on purpose just to get it into my party. And sure enough, that Dragon Plague tutorial popped up. And so I had it in my party. And what I did was, as I started walking with her, and I walked this whole way. I didn't teleport. We're up here now in the Sacred Arbor. I walked this whole way from the checkpoint town, sleeping as much as I could at every one of these campsites along the way. Well, I think I probably took this route right here. So here and probably here, maybe here. And what I noticed was, in all these campsites here up until I got back to the arbor. And what I noticed was, is every time you sleep at one of these campsites, it jumps. It's not an if or maybe or possibility. No, if you sleep at one of these campsites, it jumps from one pond to the next without fail. All right. So that's how it spreads. If you just set up camp, cook some food, and then break down the camp and don't rest there, don't actually sleep there, it does not jump. It only jumps if you sleep at one of these campsites. It may jump also if you sleep at the town, but I'm not risking that because I know somebody's got it and I'm not going to risk having my town get nuked when it goes off. So all I've been sleeping at is these campsites along the way, and without fail, every time you sleep, it jumps to another pond. So right now it's settled on Frank over here. And you can see, if I move back, you can see his eyes are pulsing red. He's had it for a little while now, because I did a lot of hunting with him, and you can see he's looks like he's about ready to explode. His eyes are pulsing red. His eyes are usually a very light, maybe light blue. So you can easily see that he has it right here. There's a couple of telltale signs besides the eyes that you can look for to see when they have it. One is the grabbing of the head. You've seen him doing that just a little while ago. But they also do this thing where they put their arms over their head. And none of the inclinations have that as an auxiliary movement. They don't just put their hands over their head like this guy will do sometimes. See, he's grabbing his head a lot. He'll spit every now and then. He's straightforward though, so straightforward pawns spit sometimes anyway. But if he'll do it, you can see that he puts his hands over his head sometimes. And pawns don't do that move. That right there. That is not a move that pawns do unless they have Dragon's Plague. Now what I'm going to do right now, since I've been traveling with this stuff, see all this hand up on over the head shit? Pawns don't do that. Alright, all that over the head shit, that's Dragon's Plague right there. So we're going to go on out here. I know Frank has it. And if you guys watched any of my other Dragon's Dogma videos, you'll know that I typically walk everywhere. I've got about 600 hours of playtime in here. And I've only ever been down to as far as Batal one time. And if you can see in my quest list here, I haven't even done the first Seat of the Sovereign stuff. I've just been walking around, enjoying the game. And a lot of people that don't like the way the game works with its fast travel and stuff. I'm telling you, when Utsoda made this game, he made it for people like me. Because I really don't care about fast travel that much. I walk almost everywhere. And usually I walk around like this. If you've watched any of my other videos,
to harvest some ingredients.
You know I'm not lying.
I'd say we collect as much as we can carry.
Like, this is usually what I'm doing. I don't usually do this, but just for this video right here, because I'm trying to show you guys something, I'm going to run over here and try to get me to the nearest. Let's see, where's the closest one I can get to easily? Maybe this one over here. We'll try to get over here as fast as possible to this campsite, so I can rest and show you that it's going to jump as soon as I do it. All right. I'll camp there first.
Am I the first to notice we've all got different vocations?
One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way.
We must each of us hone our skills. A jack of all trades is a master of none.
You see I got my mini-map off. I don't use the mini-map. I actually tried to do an LP of this when I first started, but without the mini-map, I was going back and forth to the map so fucking much, like this right here, that it was just been too much for, I think, most people to enjoy watching. But I didn't want to play with the mini-map, so you know, I just said, well, this is not going to work. And that's the main reason why I didn't do an LP of it, because it just wouldn't have been fun for people, I don't think, to keep watching me have to go to the map so often, because I wasn't using the mini map. Let's see, is this the right way here? Just keep going straight. Now we know for a fact that Frank has it. And what I'm going to do here is pass it on to Myr'Maximus on purpose.
I can't imagine we're in need of a campsite just now.
You see, I was just here. I killed these people.
I espy another statue.
What say we mark it in our minds as a place of interest?
So I'm going to camp here. Just show you something real fast. I'm not going to rest. I'm just going to cook some food. And then I'm going to leave.
It's like a feast to get you ready for bed.
Good sleep is the key to a
Frank's
good
got
adventure.
Frank's got the sickness. He's going to keep the sickness. You can see it's harder to see now. See, in the light of the campfire, they're still posting, but you can barely see it. So is what I'm saying. What I'm trying to prove there is that having light eyes doesn't always make it so easy to see, because in certain lighting, it's hard to see there too. They're not posting nearly as hard as they were.
How many times have we camped here now? I'm not sure what this place has done to earn such favor from you, Arisen.
Shut up, Frank.
It is a
You're
pleasant
infected.
enough spot.
You're
One
infected,
cannot
Frank.
complain.
All right, we're going to leave here. And Frank's going to stay infected here. All right? I just want to prove that to you. So let me see if I can get him to stand. He's still doing the spitting stuff. You see his eyes are still glowing right there. He might put his hands over his head. But you can see his eyes are still glowing right there. So he still got it. I'm going to do a little bit of fighting. If I can find something to kill real quick.
'But not at the expense of my duty.
Actually, let's see. Let's go. There's probably nothing really around here because I just walked through here and killed a lot of stuff. Probably pretty hard to find something to kill. All right, actually, I'm just going to jump it. I'm going to jump it to Myr'Maxima, and the reason why I'm thinking it's going to go to Myr'Maxima because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Cass just had it before Frank, and it passed from Cass to Frank. I don't think it goes back to the same pawn again. I actually think it rotates. If you only have one instance of the Dragonsplague in your party, I'm pretty sure it only jumps from pawn to pawn to pawn in a consecutive fashion. It doesn't go back to another one that just had it. So I'm pretty sure it's going to jump to Myr'Maxima here. So we're going to do it. We're going to sleep this time. We're going to do it this time, and we're going to sleep this time. And it's going to jump. Without fail, it's going to jump. Let's cook again just because I like cooking.
Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I would be only too glad to...
We're going to cook again just because I got too much meat on me anyway. I need to drop some of that shit off. And then we're going to rest, and it's going to jump without fail. Just so you can understand the mechanics of it, you can control it. And that's what I'm getting at. All right, I still know that Frank has it. If I can get far enough without it. You can still see him pulsing. But it's much harder to see
I've grown accustomed to traveling with these same
in
faces.
the campfire light.
These moments are precious, to be sure.
I'm going to sleep here, and it's going to jump. We'll sleep till nightfall. Hopefully we can see it better in somebody's eyes tonight. Now, in order for it to jump, you have to rest too. You can't be ambushed. If you're ambushed, it won't jump because it doesn't register that you actually rested. So I'm pretty sure it jumped to Myr'Maxima now. I can't see any pulsing in her eyes, but I'm pretty sure that she has it. It's hard to see it in my pawn's eyes, even when I know she has it, because her eyes are so light that it's hard to see the red in them. Also, you have to remember that when it does jump from pawn to pawn, it actually goes down a few levels. So
Really now, you mustn't shirk your duty.
Frank had it
Lest
pretty
you
bad.
forget,
Let me look
it is
at
the
Cass's
arisen
eyes
we serve
just to make
here.
sure she doesn't have it.
I'm well aware of that. Thank you.
She was pretty easy to see when she had it, if she had it in her eyes or not. Or I think actually it went back to Cass, it looks like. Cass has it. All right. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe Myr'Maxima had it first. And then it went to Frank, and then it went back to Cass. Okay, so Cass has it now. She clearly has it. Look, she's holding her head. She's clearly got it. But Frank's free of it now. So it doesn't spread to like everybody in the party when one pawn has it. It spreads from one. If you have only one instance of Dragonsplague in your party, it's only ever going to stay on one pawn. All right. And it's just going to move around from pawn to pawn to pawn. I'm going to sleep again and see if it changes again without us even going anywhere. We know Cass has it. We just saw her holding her head. If we can get a free rest in here without being attacked, I'm not gonna cook this time. If we can get one in here.
Our master's a magnanimous sort, letting us sup on fine meats before a heartening fire.
If we don't get attacked or ambushed, it should jump again. All right, now Myr'Maxima should have it.
Turn out your pockets. I'm taking the lot.
Feeling weary? Not me. I dare say I could lift an ox.
I see you being drenched. Dry off as soon as you can.
Actually, Frank might have it. You hear what he said earlier? He was talking trash about how powerful he was. That's usually something they do when they're infected. So I think Frank actually has it again. Let's look at Frank here and see if we can get him to sit down for a minute.
Very well. I shall return.
Hold still, Frank. I want to see your eyes, buddy. No, stop looking at me. Let's see here. All right, went back to Frank. Okay, so I was wrong about that. It will go back and bounce between other pawns. I was trying to get it on Myr'Maxima because I want to get rid of it with it on her, and there's an easy way to do that. There's a reason why I'm trying to do that. All right. Let me see if I can get it to pop over to Myr'Maxima. We're going to sleep till nightfall. I want it on Myr'Maxima because then I can release the other two pawns and I can get rid of it because I know it's not going to go to anybody else but her.
Wake up! We're being raided!
We might get a few more people coming in from somewhere else. A few more.
What's happened?
A few more monsters. Sometimes they come running in from out of the blue.
What should I
Is that it? That's your raid? Pfft, pathetic. All right, we're gonna rest again. Make sure it hasn't jumped yet. Okay, it jumped right here. All right, so I was actually wrong about the ambush as well. We got ambushed. We didn't really get a chance to sleep, but it jumped again. All right. So even if you get ambushed, it can jump. If you sleep or get ambushed, it can jump. You can see your eyes are pulsing red, just very slightly. So my pawn has it now. All right. Now we're going to go out and adventure a little bit. We're going to go out and adventure a little bit. And why I'm showing you this with us adventuring it because I want to prove to you that it does not jump unless you camp or something like that. If you just camp and cook and leave, it's not going to jump. If you get any amount of rest in, it can jump even if you get ambushed. All right. So there's a couple of things I was wrong about so far that I hadn't experienced in the past. When we got ambushed before, it hadn't jumped. Also, it hadn't been bouncing back between a couple of people like that either. When it went from one, it typically went to the next one, then to the next one, then to the next one. But here you see it went back to Cass, then back to Frank, and then it finally went to Myr'Maxima.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
So let's see here. Where can we go to fight something? I really wish there were actually more places to just run into creatures. I'm one of those people who doesn't mind fighting all the goblins. You know, I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people complaining.
The different combinations of materials result in different creations.
I'm tired of fighting goblins. I don't like it. I'm tired of fighting goblins and wolves after the 100th time. I love killing goblins. I'll never get tired of it. I love
A fine place to
killing
harvest some ingredients.
goblins.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
See if we can get down here to the arboreal ruins. See if we can find some stuff to hack up down there. Maybe something big. Maybe a golem. Yeah.
Yon statue makes for a fine landmark.
Why don't we go take a look?
I wouldn't mind finding a golem. That would be nice. You can sometimes find golems over here. Honestly, that's the hardest thing about getting this this badge right here is just finding the damn golems up here in this area. When I went to Back Batal and was trying to walk down there, I ran into like 2 of them just on the side of the road. So I'm sure you can.
Think of it.
Much
Different
easier to get them
masters
down there.
favor Different horns.
One whom I... No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Please come down here. Oh well. If I had some faster reaction time, I might have been able to hit him, but I'm an old man, guys. I'll be 50 this year. Fast reaction time. That doesn't describe me at all anymore. All right. So I'm going to travel around with her for a while, infected. See if we can get her to say some of the lines that basically prove that she has Dragonsplague, and not because I'm not sure she has it, just so you guys can hear some of the lines that they say.
Here we go again.
We must focus on finding victory. Whatever eyes comfort.
Very well, if I must.
Now, I'm level 70 plus here,
That
so
was superb, Arisen.
so this area is easy for me now. From what I've heard, when you get about level 70, you can pretty much walk over just about everything. So we really should be down probably in Back Batal area now. Level wise. But I wanted to
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Overconfident.
one of the things I'm trying to do here is get this badge for Myr'Maxima. This one here before I go to the Back Batal area, to the Batal area, before I visit down there again. I went down there the first time because I wanted to get her that armor right there, some better armor. Hopefully to get her some more rents, but she's really falling behind gear-wise.
This is an enemy in and of itself. Let
She's
us
really-
instead strive to better ourselves with every...
She's really falling behind gear-wise in accordance with her level, so she's not getting many rents anymore, and that's fine.
battle.
I accept that. That's how it should be. You know, there's a lot of better geared pawns at level 70 than mine, so she's not going to get a lot of rents. And that's just that's how it works. That's how it goes in Dragon's Dogma. Don't just fear. Pawn doesn't have the gear for the stats at that level, and there's everybody else basically beats her. Well, then she's not going to get rented. Let's see, how can I get to the other side here? I don't. Oh, there's this. These Malachite woods or forests, it's really hard to navigate in this place sometimes. See if we can find something else to fight around here. I wish that griffin would have dropped.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from
We have
my
a chimera
palace.
around here or something,
I'd
please?
gladly for you put what I find to good use.
Sometimes there's a chimera around here. Yeah, I already killed it. Oh, no, here it is.
Strike hard enough. We might not have to do this twice.
A focused attack will end this foe. Well done.
You do your own.
Good job, Cass. You guys ever killed one of these big monsters and just had them melt into nothing? I've had that happen a few times where they're just nothing, they just melt down the bones. I don't know if that's because they're on fire or something when they die. But I notice it happens sometimes, so I always rush over there to loot them real fast.
I'm going to
Shut up. I love how those arrows just interrupt spellcast.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Myr'Maximus not really saying all that much. She's clearly got the Dragonsplague. But sometimes, and this is why I think a lot of people are saying that sometimes it just hit them and blew up their fucking town without them being able to recognize it, because a lot of times they don't say much, you know. So you really gotta be looking out for signs that they have it, and you have to know the signs. If you don't know them, you could miss it.
It is about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master?
You might think Frank's got it again with his ignorant attitude, but straightforward acts like that all the time. Now you can see Myr'Maximus over there kind of doing her neck thing there. So probably put her hands over her head. She might do the headache move. And so even though she hasn't really said any lines that proves that she has it, she clearly has it. You could see it in her eyes, so we know she had it when we left camp. She's grabbing her head now. She's got Dragonsplague, okay? So instead of spending more time trying to show you lines and stuff about how, you know, how the lines change, I'm just going to show you how to get rid of it. And if you're an RPG or like me, you don't want to kill your pawn because that just seems stupid story-wise. And, I mean, it doesn't feel right. You're supposed to be partners with your pawn and take care of him and stuff. It just feels dumb. See, she's spitting. She's got the calm inclination. Calm inclination doesn't spit. So she's got Dragonsplague. All right. But I'm not going to throw her into the brine, man. You know, I'm not going to kill her. I'm not going to forfeit her. So here's how you get rid of it. I know she has it. All right. I know the other, see, there's the hands over the head move. I know the other pawns do not have it. You can see his eyes are the clear blue now. He doesn't have it. And Cass's eyes are normal. The reason why I picked Cass to give it to me the first time is because she was one of the only pawns that I saw in the rift that I could clearly see it. Whoever made her irises really big. So you can really see it when it's in her eyes, pulsating. And so it's easy to tell when she's got it. All right. So Myr'Maximus clearly has it. I'm going to release these other 2 pawns. Knowing that my pawn has it and she's going to be stuck with it. I'm doing that on purpose. Oh, wait. Let's see here. Where's the nearest rift stone at? Should be one around here pretty close. And you probably want to do this like when you know your pawn is the one that's got Dragonsplague, and you want to have her get rid of it for safety's sake, so you don't get caught outside with a dragon coming down you or something. You want to kind of be close to a safe town or something like that. You know, one where there's not too high level of enemies. Because when you get rid of these other pawns, you're not going to have a lot of protection. I depend on my pawns a lot to fight for me, you know. How can I get up there? I think I can get up here over here. I can climb up here over this. These little ruins right here. You almost fell right there. Didn't see that little drop. So, now I've come to accept Dragonsplague as a buff, because when I'm running around here in the open world and we're just fighting and stuff like that, the Dragonsplague is not going to do anything but just make pawns stronger. So I've just been jumping from pawn to pawn to pawn. As they're raging with this Dragonsplague, it's not going to nuke anything out here. You're not going to nuke a town out here. So all you're doing is getting a buff. It's basically just a buff for one of your pawns, or more if you have more instances of it in your party. If I get rid of these guys now, let's see, where is this thing actually at? This way. I'm going to take these guys in here and release them properly. Okay, I can't get the pawn up. Look, actually, all right, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to go back to, I'm going to waste a fairy stone here so I can get back to a place where I can get the pawn that I want. Let's just go back to Verboth.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings?
All right, I'm going to release these guys properly in the rift. That's how you properly do it.
Here.
Okay.
After you, Arisen.
I'm going to release
I
Frank.
enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items.
I am confident and may act independently.
And I'll give him, what will I give him? I'm going to hire these guys right back, so I'm not going to give them, you know. I'll give him a Worm's Life Crystal.
All told, I'm rather satisfied with my performance.
I like Cass a lot, and I like Frank a lot. Hopefully they're Arisen keep leveling them up, and I can keep using these same guys. But if not, I'll find somebody else.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful should we encounter another speaker.
You can see her eyes are pretty clear now. I'll give her a Worm's Life Crystal. Why not? You get so many of them when you kill those drakes anyway.
'Tis a pity we must part after sharing such a journey. I shall
And now, here's how you get rid of it. Oh, look at this. Look at Vandy here. She's a thickie. Look at that. I like that. Look at that. Look at that. I like him thick. All right, so there's a pawn, guys. Here's how you get rid of it without killing your pawn. There's a pawn that we all know, that we've all had at least once, that's immune to Dragonsplague. I think you guys already kind of know where I'm going with this. Previously hired pawns. Everybody's got them in here. It's Rook. Rook is immune to Dragonsplague, folks. You see these ratings? I've given him ratings and released him several times. His ratings don't change. His level doesn't change. He can't be altered in any way. However, if you take him out of here now, and sleep with him at one of those camps.
I'm glad to see you in such fine fettle, Arisen. You're even more impressive than when I last clapped eyes on you. I knew we'd not be long apart.
Yeah, you knew, because I'm not so sure Itsuno didn't put this guy like here like this on purpose. You pick up Rook by himself because you want it to jump to another pawn, and if he's the only pawn with you, it has to jump to him. But he's immune. And I'm about to show you right now how this works. You
Who are you there? Your presence is requested at the tavern this evening.
Alright, just more proof that I haven't done any storyline stuff. Now, I'm not on NG Plus or anything. I'm just been walking around exploring, guys. Playing the game like I play it. And if you watched me in my Dragon's Dogma showcase, you know exactly what that means. I walk everywhere. This stuff I'm doing here, running, I'm doing just to show you guys how to get rid of the Dragonsplague.
Now this is a bridge one can cross without fear.
Without having to kill your pawn.
One wonders how long it must have taken to build.
Now we're probably just going to go right over to here. And I'm going to rest. You might have to fight a little bit. See if I can avoid any combat. Nope, can't avoid it. Let's go.
Here we go again.
Keep fighting. To arms!
Understood.
Let me get that.
As long as we don't run into anything like huge, we should be alright.
Arisen, I know of at least one location in the vicinity that may be of interest to you. Shall I tell you more?
Let's just get down here, guys. Let's take out this shit over here.
My own master must hear of this tactic.
Now that is a surprise.
Hard. Be sure to avoid open flame.
want some. Where's this guy at?
What fell from the beast as it breathed its love? You needn't command me at every turn. I know what to do.
Oh, we got an armored one here.
Drawn to light. We ought to extinguish our lanterns lest the summon it and return. Continue our onslaught and the behemoth will soon topple.
A focused attack will end this foe.
I've got a firm grip on our foe.
An excellent strategy. Allow me to assist.
By all means. We would do well to seek the high ground when fighting on an incline. It will make overpowering our foes more receptive.
Power surges. I knew that I could count upon your
Power
strength,
surges
Arisen.
within me. That is not a normal line. She's clearly infected. Alright. So we handled that. Like, as you can see here, I don't even have any other classes yet, guys. Let's see, where's that? I don't even have any other classes yet. I just got these same basic ones. So I haven't been anywhere, really. Done much of anything. Now we're going to rest here. And I'm going to give this to Rook. Dragonsplague. And he is going to act like nothing ever happened because he's immune to the shit.
Not like a feast to get you ready for bed.
Agreed. We ought to give ourselves a chance to recover ere we continue on our journey.
All right, Rook. Welcome to Dragonsplague. Uh-oh, we're getting ambushed. Yes, no, maybe? No.
Now
All right.
we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Okay, now I've given... I know a lot of people are saying that they've picked up Capcom.
Little need for a campsite at present.
They've
We
picked up...
shall be ill prepared.
Let me go here. They've picked up Capcom pawns. And because they're used so often, they've got like Dragonsplague all over the place.
Prepared for battle if we rest
But
overmuch.
Rook clearly doesn't have it here. You can see his eyes. They're clear. You can't alter Rook. He's unalterable. Let's look at Myr'Maxima here, and you can see that she no longer has it. If I can get her to look straight. She's trying to look at me from her backside here. But she doesn't have it anymore. I guarantee you she doesn't. She's not going to put her hands over her head. She's not going to spit. She's not going to grab her head. She's free of it. Hey, how you doing? You going to interrupt me now?
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around.
All right, Edmund. There's a Capcom guy right here. As you see, he got ratings here. Rating 121, 222, 22. So they can be altered. This Capcom pawn can be altered, but Rook can't. So that's it. My pawn is now free of Dragonsplague. She's now free of Dragonsplague. Rook can't get it. So it's gone. Can't really see her eyes, but she's not holding her head. All right, let's go.
Yes,
guys.
master.
So now I can go to town and check my pawn rentals without having to worry about town getting nuked, because I know that she tried to pass the Dragonsplague over to Rook and he can't have it. But just in case, you can just get rid of Rook, which is what I typically do. Just in case he somehow has it. But he doesn't, because every time I pick him up again, he's plague free. Oh. And just in case you guys didn't know, there's a couple of flowers down here you can always pick up. There's a free bunch of flowers right here.
Used as a material.
Free bunch of flowers right there.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due
Every time you come back to the city, if you're walking around like I am. So because he can't be infected, she tried to transfer it over to him. He can't get it, so it's just gone now. And that's how you can cure your pawn without having to worry about without killing her, him or her, which to me is really
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart.
I can't believe
might be
Itsuno
worth
actually
considering.
didn't put something in
It would
there
allow us to save our strength, assuming we are not attacked, that is.
as a way to easily remedy that without the only thing that people know for sure is just to kill your pawn or to throw him in the brine. That seems like it goes against all the whole pawn arisen
Mayhap
relationship.
this ladder is here for a reason.
Especially if you play
We ought to
Dragon
put it to
Dogma
good
1.
use.
You know, people love their pawns, man. You don't want to just kill them. And so for that to be the only way to get rid of it is like... That seems... It's really a letdown to me from Itsuno to leave it like that. Ooh, got some panacea, some Filiganor. Yeah, it's good stuff. So I'm gonna drop him off. I'm not scared of her nuking my game. She doesn't
I'll
have it.
carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to...
So when I release him, I'm gonna just give him something. Yeah, have one of these, bro. I get too many of them anyway.
Farewell, Arisen. I only wish that I could stay.
Now, if I go to pick him up again, you'll see that he doesn't have a rating because he can't be altered. My pawn is now plague free, trying to give it to Rook. You know, just like the Sphinx type riddles, I think this is something that Itsuno maybe put on there on purpose for you to find, to use the system like that. So maybe he did. Maybe, like you can see, her eyes are not red anymore. She's not showing any signs of it, and so I'm going to rest here. I haven't rested at an inn for like a long time now, so I'm hoping she has a few rents. We'll just rest till nightfall.
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
All right, so she got a rent. She got several because I only had like a few chimeras, and some people got me quite a few of them. So yeah, that works. Works for me. Oh yeah, I got several. So I hadn't been back to town to rest for actually a long time. And knowing that she had a Dragonsplague at one point in time, Still not worried about it because I know I got rid of it just now. I know I did because I've done this before. So we're going to do Chimera Killer again. Put another 10,000 in there. And that's it, folks.
This world I return, ready to put all I've learned to use.
That's it. That's how you get rid of Dragonsplague without killing your pawn.
It appears night has fallen while we slept.
You use the Dragonsplague as a buff while you're out in the world just killing stuff. Only thing it can do is make your pawn stronger then. It can't nuke anything while you're out in the field. So it's just a buff. It's literally just a buff for your pawn. As long as you make sure that they don't have it when you come back to town and rest, it ends up just being a buff. Right? So that's why I'm saying it. And that's why I'm going to name this video Dragonsplague is a buff. Alright? I'm not going to be able to edit this. I lost the use of my laptop. It just blew up on me basically. So now I don't even have a chance to edit my videos anymore before I put them on YouTube. I'm just going to send it straight up as is. You guys are getting it raw, just like it is. But hopefully you learned that not to be afraid of the Dragonsplague, to go ahead and use it as a buff, and how to get rid of it without killing your pawn. Just give it to Rook, and it's out of your game. All right. So this is more Myr'Maximus signing off, and I'll see you guys next time.